We're making steady progress. I'll probably be referring to a guide increasingly as we speed towards completion of that game to make sure that we're making efficient progress and it doesn't seem like I'm looping in circles too much. I want to avoid that when possible. Continue making forward progress. Speaking of progress, here we have another exercise stream. And mindfulness stream. Alright. Already in my exercise attire. Let me get started with Tadasana, our yoga series. Let me move it down a little bit, my camera. There. Trying to find the best medium. I think that's good. Okay. So I'm standing, back straight, hands at my sides. For now, I just want to pay attention to my breathing. I think I'll shoot for about 30 seconds. Just breathing in, breathing out. I can rotate my hands to whichever position they're most comfortable in. Making sure I'm paying attention to the way I'm standing. Alright. Let's see. Warrior 1. And I'm telling you guys, it's like trying to find the best angle. I'll tackle Warrior 1 and Warrior 2. Okay, Warrior 1's like this. Notice my hips are facing my front. My front leg is facing forward, slightly bent. My back leg is facing to the side. I just want to hold it for about 10 more seconds, sinking in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. And Warrior 1, continuation. Breathing. Sinking. Front legs like this, back legs like that. Slightly bent my front leg. My back leg is straight. Okay. Warrior 2, as we remember, our hips are facing to the side. Now, front leg is slightly bent. Back leg is again facing to the side. Facing directly forward. And switch. Rise. Try to sink in. Okay. All right. Yoga series. I try to keep adding to it. Stormer Show champs. Yeah, it'll be a continuous process for me. looking into the different techniques, the different forms, and demonstrating them here on stream. To begin, I'll focus, as I have been, on somewhat easy to do techniques and forms, and then as we grow, we can move on to more advanced forms and techniques. Hold on, I want to make sure my camera's in a good spot. There we go. My domain is always close. Hip flexors. And I'm focused on balance. These moves are part of what we refer to as the runner's warm-up. I'm not doing too much running now. Most of my cardio comes in the form of running. Sorry, not running. Walking. Yeah, sometimes I will run, particularly for group sports, but I'm only playing, I think, maybe once or twice a week. A sport like that. Flamingos. Let me change the camera here a little bit. There we go. 15 seconds, I'm holding it. About. See, this leg is held back, while the other leg is down. And after I hold it back, I hold it to the front. Flamingos, my focus is on balance. If you need to, by all means, hold on to something. Balance. Over time, your sense of balance will improve. It'll get easier and easier for you to stay stabilized. Okay. So I went back. Then I go forward. Yeah, guys, I love that fountain. Got it. Well, after the mindfulness reading last week, I'm like, I had this great the Buddha fountain. That thing was spectacular. And I just, yeah, I think I just lost the parts and pieces to it over time. Some things are just like that. It's like you move and you leave some parts of your life behind. And one of those parts for me was that Buddha fountain. I missed it so much that I got this one. Those were Frankensteins that I just did. Like I often say, each one of these techniques, I'm just shooting to do them for like 30 seconds at a time. I recommend doing what works best for you. Of course, if you'd like to join from home, feel free to do so at your own pace. Okay. I think I got it all. Leg crossovers and scorpions. after all I'm missing. Yeah, okay. I can showcase. Yeah, sure, why not? Board lunge. Might help for me to bring the camera down so you guys can see my legs. Constant process, guys. I'm telling you. Constant. Okay. Just like this. Like that. And then like this. I'm just holding it. And switch. Find my position. And then sink. Okay. Leg crossovers. Yeah. I'll work on keep adding new techniques and forms for our yoga series. At least to start. I'll go at a slow pace. Try to provide as much context and background for the technique as I can. And then of course demonstrate the technique. Okay. So I'm just shooting for like 5 leg crossovers, 5 scorpions. Thing to remember, part of my body that's making contact with the ground does not leave the ground. Let me try over here. Okay. So leg comes up, back, around, like that. Kind of like the legs, the tail of a scorpion. Here's your leg. 2. Like that. 3. 4. 5. Okay. Whew. Alright, and there you have it, the runner's warm-up. For those of you at home about to engage in a run or something like that, these series of techniques will help warm up your leg muscles and limit your risk for pulling a muscle. Okay. I'm going to advance into my exercise set, and then we'll round off today with mindfulness reading. I'm gonna be careful touching my eyes. Eye infection is a thing. Sometimes it's just a habit. Okay, the series of stretches that I'm doing now are intended to stretch out my muscles to prep for exercise. You can choose any combination of these techniques to do, particularly depending upon what your activity is. If you're prepping for like a soccer game, you might want to do more lower body stretches. So for example, washing machines. Washing machines. I've already done flamingos. Flamingos are always a great one to do. Squats. Let me see if I can just angle the camera down. I'll shoot for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, feels good, actually. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Reach for my toes. I want to try to keep my legs straight, as straight as I can. Just like that. Sometimes I'll put one leg over the other, right over left. Switch, left over right. Spread out a little bit, my legs, and then sway like this. And as I'm swaying from side to side, I am essentially limbering up my legs. Okay. All right. Move into jumping jacks. I haven't done jumping jacks in a long time. I haven't done them in a long time. For today's stream, I'll shoot for 20, because why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Small jumps, front to back. If you want to join me from home, you can too. Side to side. This is like an old exercise set that I just remember. Focusing on my small jumps, try to increase the height, and then I do this. Feels good. Okay, gotta tighten my shorts here, guys, because they're falling down. Okay. Okay. Into my exercise series B, 10 star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. What did I forget? Oh, running, walking in place. Okay. Star jumps and jumping jacks. Great exercises to do. I don't know, I just always like doing them. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try to stretch it out for 10 seconds stretch, 10-second stretches. I want to pay attention to my pace. I want to up my pace too. Okay, third set, you ready? Go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And walking. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fourth set. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And resting.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set. Here I go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And resting. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a chance to catch my breath. All right. I'll try to keep a steady pace, since I know some of you are really looking forward to the mindfulness stream. Yeah, that fountain, it's really helping me to find my what they call sense of calm and peace. And Ganymede there for you Overwatch fans out there. I never really got too much into Overwatch. I played for a brief stint. I always enjoyed playing Soldier 76. I don't know. Some types of video game characters I find it easier to relate to. Like Solid Snake, Sam Strand. I don't know. They're just kind of like me in a way. Okay. My burpees, I guess. 10 of them. I just did one. I can do 10 more for my exercise. Here I go. Legs. Gotta use them. Yeah. Let your whole body work. Okay. Again, guys. Close battle. Okay. I can do my jump lunge. Squat, lunge, lunge, balance, balance. And after this, we'll go into our ground game. Pizza. I had. Our body's using it for energy. Last one, here we go. Squat, lunge, lunge, balance, balance. Okay. I want to pay attention to my breathing, my heart rate, everything. Okay. Yeah, guys, it's my exercise streams. Try to find the best viewing angles for you guys. In this position, I think it'll be easier to see. Let's see, farther away. Maybe like this. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Okay. I'll do slow push-ups since I'm waiting for my breath to come back. I guess it's here, but it's like finding the rhythm. Let my strength, vigor, spirit be my guide. I think I can afford to do more of these slow push-ups anyway. My arms are saying, hey, we need the exercise too. I'm like, okay. All right, guys, let's build then. Let's use that muscle for the greater good. Okay, I think, yeah. I want to keep resting. Ready. I'm prepping for mountain climbers. This is where I'm telling myself, hey, limit. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Second set. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down, resting. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Third set. 6, 4, 2, 1. Rest. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think I have 2 more. Attack. Last set, fast as I can. Okay. Five is what I usually do. I need to pay attention to diet too. It's like when I eat, how much I eat. Some guys who are hyper focused on like muscle mass, weight, they're hyper focused on diet, routine, what exercise they get. Me personally, I opt for kind of like what we see here, like consistency. Think over everything. I try to just walk every day. Every day. If some days are nicer, I just like I'll move to like walking more. So like walking a mile one day, maybe next day I'll walk 2. Depends on how it feels outside. And of course how I feel. Like okay. Rhythms. Heading into my ab set, I just did slow sit-ups. The key with those is slow drop. challenging, pushing myself. Gotta do it. Not me. For the woman I'm hoping to meet. Oh, yeah. Oh. Resting. I guess we never really know. The best. See, move. There we go. Out, in, up. Out, in, down. Up and down. Up and down. Okay. I'm gonna rest after this last set. Take a minute. Kicks. As a reminder, use my abs here to lift my lower body. Kind of like a inverted sit-up. Inverted pull-up. So instead of using my arms to pull up my lower body, I'm using my abs to pull up my lower body. Feels good. That fountain helps a lot. Okay. I can't remember what this one's called. I think it's the mountain pose. I think. Okay. Sweating like a son of a gun, so I think you know what time it is. Man. About 6:37, so quick routine. But nonetheless effective. Okay. Let's take a look at mindfulness. I think my hope is that we can complete this book hopefully within the next week. Oberdin, I'm thinking I'll shoot to have it complete over the weekend. And then after that, I don't know. It can be up in the air. Whatever we feel like doing. That's how we can do it here on the Starmer Show. Okay. The Breathe Mindfulness Special. As I alluded to yesterday, why not? I can demo an origami shape here on stream for the conclusion of today's exercise and mindfulness-based activity. Yesterday we talked about the guilt complex. Understanding wrongdoing. not always cut and dry. Like I said, sometimes you mean well and still something bad happens, or maybe nothing bad happens at all, but yeah, I don't know, I'd say just try to understand how the other person feels. Yeah, that's the best we can do. Try to put yourself in their shoes. Today we're looking at people like you. The desire to be liked runs deep. But if you find yourself subjugating your own needs and opinions for fear of losing the approval of friends and colleagues, then the chances are yours is coming at too high a price. Do you have the disease to please? Helpful, always available, willing to change plans at the drop of a hat. At first glance, they're all positive attributes. But take another look and put them in a different context. One where they form part of an acute and uncontrolled desire to please. Yeah. I can tell you from experience that it comes at a balance. Identify your own needs and wants and try to build some relation or connection to the wants, needs, and desires of others. Sometimes there may be alignment, but if there's not, don't worry too much about it. If they have the potential to be damaging, especially if they're tied to a need for approval, anxiety about other people's opinions, and a desire always to be liked. I think also on this note, it's like actions can speak louder than words. But yeah, words can be important too. Yeah, I'd say leave the situation better than you found it. Often can play into these types of relationship issues too. It's like, yeah, I think that applies to relationships, but it also applies to the world itself in general. Like, just try your best to improve it however you can. Many people will worry about what others think of them and fear disapproval, disappointment, or judgment. It's as though their own opinions, values, knowledge, and experiences are less important than gaining other people's approval. When this craving becomes too great, when the disease to please takes over, they tailor their lives and themselves to fit other expectations. It's like trying to become something else or someone else. And I don't know, this somewhat goes back to something I may have mentioned before, but we're all always changing, and I think it's important for us to remember that. And yeah, try not to worry too much about who you were yesterday or maybe what happened, because it's very much the case that you were a different person then. You changed on a personal level. Are you a people pleaser? If you're a people pleaser, you probably put more effort into assuring other people's happiness than you do your own. You may try your hardest to keep everyone around you happy, even changing your behavior to please them, agreeing to do things you don't want to do, or subjugating your own needs and wants to avoid disapproval, or retribution. Create a focal point for yourself, what your beliefs and standards are, and operate based on your code. There will be times where decisions you make may be unpopular or draw criticism, but if you made decisions or made the decision because of your own moral character and integrity, then it was based in good intention. And in some cases, moral integrity, like I said, like good decision making, listening to the angel. Even when you feel upset, taken advantage of, or resentful, you insist that everything is fine. If, for example, you're struggling with an assertive family member who regularly turns up at your home and demands you babysit their children while they go to the gym. You have work and chores to do, but rather than disappoint this person, you agree to look after the kids. As a result, you're feeling exhausted and mention to a friend that you think that this person is taking advantage of your caring nature. That can also be the case if you're a very kind person. Some types of people will identify that and take advantage, which I believe is part of the human condition. People always do whatever they need to, whatever they want to improve their own situation. And yes, at some times, that will come at the expense of others. Why don't you just tell them how you feel, is their advice. I can't do that. What if they get upset or don't like me anymore? The need for external approval by another person, no matter how unreasonable they're being, becomes more important than the need to look after your own personal and emotional well-being. The disease to please can also result in people remaining in unhealthy relationships because they continually focus on the need to ensure a partner's happiness to gain their approval, even when it's at the cost of personal development and goals. And yes, I've been guilty of this myself, trying hard to please someone who's out of reach. And I need to focus back on self. Healthy compromising is one thing, sacrificing what really matters to you is another. If this sounds like you, try asking yourself these questions. A journal can be a constructive way of exploring if you're placing too great an importance on other people's approval of you. You could write down your answers and then come back to them in a day or two. Are you trying too hard to be liked by everyone else? Do you think it's possible for everyone to like you? In what situations and with whom do you find yourself displaying people-pleasing behavior? How regularly do you stop yourself from doing or saying something out of fear that someone won't like you or that you may offend them? And for the picture, it's a person. 4 people. Actually, a guy, he's wearing a brown suit. He has dark hair. His dark suit is brown. It's got dark lines up and down it. He's wearing matching pants. And he's got those old-fashioned bowler shoes on. There are several women, and this probably happens the most in these types of situations where there's a lot of people around, a lot of women around, especially in those kinds of situations. If you're a guy, you might be trying to impress all of them, which may be the case for this guy. He has several women around him. One is wearing a white dress. She has stockings on and black shoes. There's another woman touching him. She has a red dress on that has white spots on it. red dress has several small buttons on the front. And they are dark buttons. She has small red shoes on with hearts on top, where the tongue of the shoe would be. There is another woman. She has short red hair. She's got a blue dress on and brown boots. She has her hand in her pocket. There's a blue backdrop and everyone there seems to have neutral expressions on. Yeah, why not? We can do the next 2 pages too. Okay. This is that. Help. I might want to shut the door too, because washing machine. Oh, sorry guys. Alright, we'll read 2 more pages because the last page was only a half page. It's almost 7 o'clock. We will, of course, have the origami towards the end. Don't ever forget. It's time to approve of yourself. I think some of this is love of self, too. It's like, how much do you love yourself? I don't know, it's a complex question sometimes. When you seek appreciation from others, be it a boss, partner, family member, or complete stranger, you were looking for a fix of approval to feel good about yourself. You were looking, yes, for the fix of approval. But no amount of appreciation from others is ever going to be enough to make you happy. Even worse, when you don't get your fix, you may turn against yourself, feeling as though you've done something wrong or that you're a bad person. This can leave you feeling low and send you back to seeking approval. Before you know it, you're stuck in an addictive cycle. The key to breaking free is to begin to gently give yourself the approval and internal validation that you crave. When you learn to be happy and content with who you are, it's empowering. The easier to stop being so concerned about what other people think of you. Yes. How you are perceived by others. It is better to be yourself and to risk having people not like you than to suffer the stress and tension that comes from pretending to be someone you're not, or professing to like something that you do not. Giving yourself the freedom to approve of yourself. Start by treating yourself with love and compassion and approve of your own life, even if other people don't. Give up expecting other people to understand or approve of you. It isn't their life, and they haven't shared your experiences. 100%. You are the only person who has your experiences. You're the only person in the history of this planet, the history of the universe, who has lived your life. The value, significance, and relevance of that cannot be understated nor underestimated. give up expecting other people to understand or approve of you. Yes, remember that nobody has exactly the same goals, beliefs, or desires. So expecting other people to understand you in the same way that you do is really a thankless task. Learn to tune into and honor your own choices. And don't doubt yourself just because someone else doesn't get it. It's oftentimes said that genius is seldom understood in its own time. And I believe part of the reason for that saying is somewhat in tune with what the author is suggesting here, that, as I've said, the things you're saying, the things you're doing, the things you've seen, some of those things, this is the very first time that it's ever happening. And it's understandable if some people respond to that with awe, confusion, bewilderment, what have you. Learn to tune into and honor your own choices. And don't doubt yourself just because someone else doesn't get it. It's like a Picasso painting. It's like it's not going to make sense to a lot of people. Some elements of that painting may only make sense to one or a handful of people. Make peace that not everyone in the world is going to like you, and start being your own best friend and advocate, advocate. Your best friend and advocate, rather than your own worst enemy. You deserve to live your life based on your own personal preferences, caring about your needs. Thinking of others is one thing, but pleasing others is not the same as helping others. Learn to love yourself. When you're different, sometimes you don't see all the people who accept you for what you are. All you notice is the person who doesn't. Tips for releasing people-pleasing behavior. If you recognize yourself as a people pleaser, acknowledge that you can do something about it. It may be difficult at first, but it will leave you empowered in the long run. If you worry about being judged, remind yourself how likely it is that people are not even thinking about you. Try to keep things in context. People will think what they want to think anyway. Get clear about your own priorities in life. What is important to you? How do you wish to spend your time? Remember that you have the right to decide what to do, who to spend time with, and to fulfill your own needs. Remind yourself that you always have a choice to say no. If someone asks for your help, consider the impact that it will have on your time and energy. Recognize you're in complete control of how you spend your time and who you spend it with. And I would extend that to what you give and to whom. Beyond just time. If saying yes to everything has become a habit, try saying something new. You could say, I'll think about that and get back to you. Then give yourself time to consider. Time, as it's often said, is the most valuable gift that you can give to somebody, and really anyone at all. Stick with it. Bear in mind that when you first free yourself of the disease to please, there may be a period of adjustment. Emotions such as guilt or fear may rise to the surface and tempt you to revert to old behavior. It's important to acknowledge that these uncomfortable feelings, but also to give yourself credit for what you've achieved and let go of any angst. Remind yourself that embedding new habits can take time, but it will be worth it. You will be truly you, and the people who really matter will like and love you just as much as ever. Like someone I think about is my mom. Like, I may have rough periods where I don't feel like talking to anyone. I may have periods where I'm pushing people away. But after all the dust settles, she's still my mom. I think it's like the same way with a lot of things. It's like, yeah, no matter what happens to me, around me, surrounding me, she will always have that special relationship. Yeah. There are two women. One's wearing a blue shirt, one is wearing a red shirt. The woman in the blue shirt is wearing, she has a face mask, and she's attempting to cover her frowny face with the smiling face on the outside. That happens a lot in politics. Not just there, but yeah, I'd say happens a lot in a lot of different contexts. Like, you put on a happy face, put on a smiling face to cover up your feelings of sadness, or, you know, whatever. It's like different types of emotions speak louder to different types of people. Also, it's like finding points of resonation. The woman in red, she has a look on her face, an expression that's suggestive of contentment. She is experiencing a sense of calm. She has her arms wrapped around herself, as if a way to embrace herself. It's like she's hugging herself in a way. Okay, alright. So here we go. The origami. Okay, hold on, guys. I gotta pull this around. Like, you can tell I'm still a little sweaty from my exercise. I think that's a good sign. You're doing it right. Okay. Let me see. We could try an owl. Hopefully it's not too complex. Yeah, I just don't want to cut anything. Let's see, do we want to go advanced or do we want to go simple? It looks cool. I think I'll try simple first and just see how it goes. It is 6 steps. So if you'd like to join from home, start with a piece of paper. Okay, hold on. These are the instructions. Making an origami owl is a fun paper craft that anyone can do. No matter your level of paper folding skills, if you're a beginner, start with a simple origami owl that only requires a few basic folds. So that's how I would consider myself. But some of you at home may be the same way, where it's like start easy. If you want something more advanced, try the more difficult owl that involves creating a bird base and then twisting the wings. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to start with my piece of paper. Mine is a little bit long, so I'm going to fold it in half twice. I might be able to rip. If not, I have scissors I could use. By folding it on both sides, I'm weakening the integrity of the paper. So I might just be able to pull it apart. There we go. You can do it. Okay. If you have a pair of scissors around, you can use that too. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Okay, method 1. Folding a simple origami owl. I've ripped my rectangular piece of paper into a square shape that is approximately of equal length on each side. Fold it in half diagonally and then open it back up. Wow. Yeah, I think that's fine. Fold it diagonally. I'm trying to have it so that way my points align. Yeah, I guess I wonder. Yeah, I guess try to just match. Yeah, it's okay if yours is like mine and it doesn't line up. I think that has more to do. Let me see if I can compare and contrast with what I'm seeing here. Yeah, the reason that this is happening is probably because mine is a little bit longer, I'm assuming, on the top and the bottom than on the sides. The closer each side that you have is to being of equal length, I think the easier it will be for you to fold along the middle to create alignment. Bring one corner over onto the opposite corner, creating a diagonal fold from one corner to the other. Crease the fold before opening the paper to lay flat. Okay. If you're using a piece of paper that has color on only one side, start with the paper color side down so that the white side is facing you. I think that's to keep track of what color you're on, what side you're on. Okay, so now it's folded. Bring the left and right corners in about halfway to the center, folding the top. Okay. Alright. Let me show you guys what I have too. Okay. I think I want these to line up. Yeah. Yeah, halfway to the middle. Parallel. I think that, Yeah, I think I might have to cut. If I don't have scissors or something, I think it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. So really, I think you want these to connect, but yeah, we're trying to make it even on both sides. Fold the top corner down to the middle of the paper. So like this. To the middle. So I don't want to get overboard on this. Yeah, folding the top down to the middle now. Okay. Bring the top corner down to make the head of the owl. Okay, so this will be the head, this part. Crease it so that the tip of the corner hits the exact center of the paper. Okay. Line up the corner with the bottom of the wings when you fold it down. Step 4, fold the corner back up to the top, crease it, and then fold the tip halfway down. Okay, so it's fold up, crease, down, just like that. You need to do it like boom, boom, boom. So there we go. I folded it up. Then about an inch from the bottom of that, I fold it down. Yeah. And now it's facing down. See, my wings don't align perfectly, but if yours doesn't either, that's okay. Bring the corner down past the bottom edge of the head when you're making the beak. Flip the paper over and bring the bottom corner up to the top edge. So now we're at the back. Bring this up so it's touching the top. Turn the paper so the back is facing you. Bring the bottom corner up, aligning it with the flat edge at the top of the owl before creasing it. Make the crease at the base of the owl as straight as possible and parallel to the top edge. Yeah, this may be easier too with a bigger piece of paper. Fold the corner back down so the tip hangs over the bottom edge. Over the bottom edge. Yeah. Okay. Fold the corner back down so the tip hangs over the bottom edge. Bring the corner down just slightly further than the bottom edge of the owl. Crease it so it stays in place, forming the tail. If you don't fold the corner down past the edge, you won't be able to see the owl's tail from the front. And they add to it a little bit by having eyes placed here and here on the sides of the beak. Yeah, simple version. I could use a pen or something. Yeah, I would say. Do I have a pen or anything I could use? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they actually use like actual cutouts of eyes that they glue on to the sides of the beak. But I'll just draw in some big circles here. Just like that. And then draw in the circle. Yeah. I think I need my eyes bigger. I might have to lift my beak for that. Yeah, simple version. Woo-hoo. Okay. Next time, we'll be working on the advanced Al version. Yeah, maybe for the next exercise stream I have. Does it actually look kind of like it? Vaguely, I think if you focus in on its on the wings. Yeah, they actually paste eyes on. Okay. Thank you everyone for watching the Stormer Show. Tomorrow, I would say stay tuned. I think I might try to finish out Oberdin tomorrow, as well as our card game, Magic, Hearthstone, and make some progress in mindfulness. Thank you for the support. Until next time, Stormer Show signing out. Stay sheltered, Storm Champions.